Hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me live on my talk show Rediscover with Gurpreet. Well, the theme for the talk show today I can't hear you. Hi Gurpreet, can you hear me? But I can't hear you for some reason. I can't hear you. Yes, now I can hear you. Can you say something, please?
Hi Nandini, can you hear
Yes.
me?
Yes, I can. Thank
So
you.
I think so there is some issue with my, the earphones. So let's be, the way. Can't help. Thank you so much for all those who have joined us and bearing, with me these certain issues. But yes, let me begin. Yeah. So the theme for the show today is dress for success. And guess what? We are going to discover some secrets on Dress for Success. Not only that, we are also going to burst some inhibitions and at the same time conquer ourselves from inside out. But to
Absolutely.
help us understand on this, I have with me a special guest you already have seen right now. Well, she is a stylist, an entrepreneur, image and soft skill coach, a core skill trainer, and an etiquette coach. The more I say, the less it is. All the more, she has over a decade of experience, in diverse fields, working with children as a preschool setup and as an educator. So let's please welcome our guest for the evening for the show, Nandini Khanna. Nandini, thank you
Wow, thank
so much for joining me, live. And yes, thank you for bearing me. I was not audible to you. It's an honor and a pleasure to have you with me. Yes, Nandini.
Thank you so much, Gurpreet, for that warm welcome. And see, tech savvy, we all are, but technical issues we can't help. So that's okay. Don't take it too hard. And thank you all for joining us here. And we have our mentor here, Miss Anshu. Thank you, ma'am, for those blessings and being a
Thank you,
part of
Anshu,
us.
ma'am.
And we hope you're going to be here for a bit at least to give us that energy and enthusiasm further. So, thank you, Gurpreet. Yes, I would truly say in my life, I have been blessed to be working with children, and I will be relating certain facts when we get talking and we start a conversation because children do teach us a lot. And like I said, it's been a big blessing to be working with them for many years, and I have learned a lot from them. So thank
Very
you
true,
for
Nandini.
this
Very true.
opportunity. And like your label says, rediscover with Gurpreet, I'm also rediscovering myself. And I think that kind of learning should never stop. Thank you for having me over.
It's an honor, Nandini. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nandini. Now, Nandini, there is something that I always read and it's there in my mind. So I'm sure you can help us understand, right? So something that I read, I want to state out here for you and also for my lovely audience. As we say, you matter,
Mhm.
your looks matter, and
Absolutely.
your image matters. Help us understand why image matters.
Very nice question, Gurpreet, to start off with. Um, so, see, the word image itself gets us imagining something, doesn't it? You know, image is actually a powerful word that many might take into their stride, and actually, many are scared of it. And so many times, we don't even realize it, that, we have an inhibition towards it. So, an image is about a person. Like I said, I'm going to be talking about childhood because images start getting created from childhood as early as maybe 0 to 6 years, or teenage years, or even younger years. And it is the kind of environment around us which plays a big impact on our image. Um, a positive, a conducive environment helps us build up a good positive image. But at the same
Right.
time, if we don't have that positive, conducive environment around us, it can really hamper our image. You said you matter. Let me ask you, and whoever's here participating with us, to how many of us do us matter? By us, I mean me, me, myself. How many of us actually look into the depth that, dude, I do matter? I'm sorry, I'm
Me.
using some little bit of unofficial language because we're on Instagram. So I want it to be a
Yeah,
very
sure.
nice, happy, interactive session with us, right? So I
Indeed.
would just like to give a small description of what does image mean to many who might be hearing us and think of image as only an outbound thing, like your clothes, your hair, your accessories, they all relate to this as image, right? Yes, all these are very important factors. Our clothes, the way we've groomed ourselves today, our accessories, they have a thought behind, for the
Correct.
session today. However, there is a lot more which goes into image, and that is our inner image. You know, the inner part of us, that is our emotions, our self perception. For example, how we perceive, are we self confident? How is our self esteem? Are we an
Correct.
introvert or an aggressive extrovert? Now, all these
Exactly.
images don't come through overnight. Like I said, they start as early as childhood years. And the
Right.
kind of environment definitely impacts it. So, all this is a part of our image. So, it's the outer image and the inner image, which both play a very vital role in our lives. Um, for example, peer pressure of maybe looking thin to wearing something that is in trend, which maybe the child does not even want to wear, but just because of peer pressure, the child wears it to form that image. Now, it doesn't relate,
Correct.
it might relate to that person or it might just not relate to that person, but just because that child wants to be with the peers and in trend, that child puts it on. Or maybe the child has a complex of being extremely thin and wears oversized clothes, you know. Or when the child hits puberty, there's so many changes we see which uh, they might not be, appreciating, and they hide them with oversized clothes or by showing a strong, arrogant attitude,
Exactly, Nandini.
which which I feel, on the other hand, since you deal with people transforming, I'm sure you see this even in adulthood, Gurpreet, which might just be a complex, right? They hide the true feelings of being underconfident by being arrogant and extremely, extrovert. Now, like what I mean by an extrovert, the child actually might just turn out to be a bully. But this could be a deep rooted cause. This cause could be just because the child did not get an opportunity to probably speak up in childhood or has some kind of complex in childhood and now is trying to overcome it by being a bully to other children so that he feels or
Right.
she feels extremely powerful. So, Image, like I said, is a power pack word, and
Very true.
definitely it is a meaning and a merge of both our inner as well as outer image. And I would say childhood years are also very, very crucial. And I hope we have people here who are parents or even the younger age group who realize that it's all
Yes.
right. We can always work towards it. So I hope I've been
That's
able to give some clarification here.
No, that's so very true. Thank you so much for your lovely thought process on this. And there is no denial that having a positive and healthy image is so very important to build us not only just emotionally, mentally, but also physically, spiritually, and socially a well-being. And it has a huge impact. For being an authentic yourself, be 100% you.
Absolutely.
Nandini, yeah. So, as we spoke about image and we also spoke certain aspect about looks. So this brings
Mm-hmm.
in, to something with my next thought process on this. When we talk about looks, we definitely talk about, the physical appearance, right?
Yeah.
And when physical appearance comes into play, clothes do play a vital role.
Yes.
So,
Absolutely.
do you think clothes are important? Do they have any effect or do they affect your mood at the same time? And if so, how, Nandini? Just help us understand.
I was laughing because you're talking to an image consultant and you're one yourself. So, of course, clothes do impact us. Okay, so we'll keep our image consulting on one side. And
Correct.
I'm going to throw some questions at you, okay? Or even the audience. We
Correct.
would love it. Thank you for being
Yes.
so participative. So, tell me something. Can we live without food?
Sorry. I just didn't get you. Can you just come back
Okay,
again?
so tell me something. Can we live without food?
No.
Okay,
Absolutely no.
can we live without water?
Not at all.
Now tell me, can we live without clothes?
No. No
So
way.
see, even clothes we can't live without, and hence clothing is a resource as well, which I'm
Indeed.
sure many, many, many of us don't even pay attention to it as a resource. We just take it for granted, like food is there, water's there, and clothing is there. So it is a resource, but we never think of it that way. Okay,
True.
let me take you through some scenarios. The day you're
Yes.
at home and you wish to relax, all right? What would you wear most?
I would love to wear some casual clothes. I mean, yeah, why not? Be in a track pant or a t-shirt or a pajama, maybe. More relaxed.
Aha! So you hit the nail on the head.
Got me,
Absolutely,
huh?
to feel relaxed. Now, all of a sudden, I ask you, Gurpreet, get up and let's just go to the mall. What would you most likely say?
In that scenario, no, I think so. I would feel really lazy and lethargic to move out. Move out, from a state where I feel really, relaxed and in my comfort zone, I would rather say.
Devangana saying true. Yes, I can relate you guys to that. And you are
Thank
not
you,
alone in
Devangana.
this one, buddies, because that is very true. Because you're in relaxed clothes, where did the word lazy come in from? Did I say lazy? No, I
No?
didn't. Right? So lazy, so see that laziness, that relaxation makes you feel lazy. And that's how the trick is the clothes do create your mood. They create your
Right.
mood. Okay. Now, if you were wearing jeans and you were wearing a smart shirt for maybe, okay, I'll catch you only as an example. You were wearing a nice top and you had slight makeup on. And I
Correct.
would say, okay, good, let's go to the mall now. What would you want to say?
Let's move. Let's go right away.
Brilliant. So it does enhance thinking that you're wearing jeans and you're already half dressed, kind of.
True.
And yet, one more example. Now the scenario changes. You are already really stylishly well dressed, and you've got your makeup on, you've got your hair on, you're feeling in control for the day. And I tell you, Gurpreet, let's just laze around there. Let's just be at home. How would you be feeling? Would you
No,
want to
not
sit
at
on
all.
that
I
couch all day? dressed up?
No, not at all, not at all. Rather, I would be, feeling more energetic and enthusiastically. I would just let you know, let's go away right now because I really feel happy about the way I dressed. I mean, it does impact me, impact my mood for sure.
You got it, girl. So, yes, so see, this is how clothing affects our mood. From feeling relaxed to moving towards laziness, or the day you dress better, your hair is done, don't you feel like going out, you want to go to a restaurant, or you want to go conquer that world out there and say, oh my God, you guys, here I am today. So,
True.
clothing does impact us in a very,
Impact
very
on mood.
big way and in our functioning every day. So, as a tip for those people who are still working from home, please don't wear those pajamas. Okay, okay. Even if you wear those pajamas, wear something nice on top. For the ladies, put on the little minimalistic makeup, do a little bit of your hair, and trust me, you will perform much better. You will get your jobs done in a jiffy much faster than what you would have thought of. And if
Wow.
you don't think of it that way, just go ahead and try it.
Wow, Nandini. Thank you so much for such a beautiful insight. We will certainly keep this into account. And yes,
Most
Rani,
welcome.
we'll be going out for shopping right away after the show for sure. So, this was really beautiful. I just loved it. But you know what, Nandini? I spoke to my client yesterday and she seems to be
Hmm.
really upset.
Right.
Though she's highly skilled, no, though she's highly skilled and she was the top ranker, throughout in her school and she's doing really well. What I want to say
Hmm.
is, in short, precisely doing great at work also, but somehow she's not very happy for the clothes that she's been wearing and people have been summoning her with some pet names, so this really upsets her and also she feels really low in confidence at times. So let me know, can can someone be misunderstood also at the same time for the clothes that they wear?
Of course, Gurpreet, and I don't think it's very surprising to be very honest. Like I said, clothing is a resource, and I'm thankful for you for sharing that example because I'm sure many here relate to what you just shared. And very firstly, I think you should thank that lady for sharing such detailed insights
Yes, I
with
did.
you and being open
Yeah, she's
about it,
here. Thank you
and
so much.
actually, yeah, and actually factually facing it and looking for an answer. So brilliant. So please do thank her from my end as well. So now coming back to
I
your
will.
question, like I said, clothing is a resource, and the more we understand this better, we can apply wearing them as per our role, goal, or occasion. Okay. When we see someone, now this is a very basic example I would like to share so that it's a good understanding for everybody who's joined us. So when I see someone in a doctor's coat, what is that instant message you get?
Yeah, she or he is a doctor. I have the trust in him because the kind of clothes that he has put on with all kind of his tools around, him or her.
Absolutely. So, see, you've already started trusting that person just because that person is in a doctor's coat. But do we actually know
Correct.
it? Did we go and start seeing their certificates that what is that doctor specializing in, or is that person actually a doctor just because they're wearing a doctor's coat? Right. So this was the
Yeah.
first impression, the first image which was formed in our minds for that person just because that person was in a doctor's coat. Now, sharing one more example. You are a team lead or a boss, and you get to meet two individuals. Okay, you need to choose from. I'm not giving their position, what you're looking for, etc. right now. It will
All
come to you.
right.
The first gentleman is wearing a track pant, a casual t-shirt, and sneakers. And the second gentleman is wearing a trouser, a collared shirt, and Oxford shoes, which are formal shoes for men. Without them saying a word or you seeing the CV or resume, who would you invite first to meet if I told you that you need that person for as a sports teacher?
Hmm. I think so. I would go for the first person because the kind of clothes that he or she is wearing is, a track suit you mentioned, right, and a sports shoe. I think so. He would be the ideal person for the first person.
All right, brilliant. And if I told you now I play the reverse role and you need that person to be a receptionist, who would you call out to first?
A person to be a receptionist has to be definitely formally dressed up. I think so. I would go for the second person for sure.
Okay, the gentleman who is dressed up in trousers and a shirt and formal shoes.
Trouser and a shirt and Oxford
So,
shoes,
and
right?
now repeating, like I said, you don't know them personally. You've not seen the CV. You've
Right.
not had a word with them, but you just fell for that first impression they were wearing as per their role. So, see, there's no right or there's no wrong here. It is all about the kind of impression that person puts across to you. So, like we said, for the sports teacher, the person wearing the track pant and as casual, let me put it that way, wearing a track pant and a t-shirt was the first person you would
Correct.
reach out to because that's the role you're looking for your company.
Right.
On the other hand, for a receptionist, absolutely the person who is wearing formal clothes would be more apt. So yes, clothing gives us a lot of hints to other people. So yes, it can be conceived as being misunderstood, unfortunately. So like I said, thank that lady for sharing it and realizing it, and I'm sure she's looking at
Yes.
upscaling and understanding this further. So brilliant! Hats off to her.
Thank you so much, Nandini. So this was really going to help all of us for sure. And on this, I would like to quote on this, and please do help us understand. When I say, take care of your costume, and the
Mhm.
confidence will take care of itself.
Oh my God, that's a
Now,
heavy one.
how can we build up confidence with clothes?
Ha. That's a really, really nice quote, Gurpreet. And why I'm saying because confidence might be a small word, but it has a deep thought behind it. Okay.
Correct.
Like I said, images are formed since early years and we don't even realize it. What kind of complex one might be going through, what kind of conducive, positive environment or a negative environment that person has come through, all this does get impacted. So a lot of factors are required to be worked on in this. However, like you said, that if we take care of our costume, our confidence will take care of itself. I would rather actually rephrase it, if I may, a little bit by saying that if we take care of our costume, confidence becomes a part of it.
Wow. Wonderful.
So yes, clothing, like we have been discussing, is a very important factor of our lives, and many of us don't realize it, and this is also a very big fact. Okay, tell
True.
me, the day you're dressed better, here by better I mean maybe in semi-formal clothes, don't you feel like conquering that world? Don't you feel like a go-getter?
Indeed, I do.
Right now, you're wearing the third layer. There must be a reason behind it, right? So,
Correct.
yes, the day we dress better, the day we dress a little bit more formally, and even if I have to go out for lunch, if my hair is done, my makeup's done, I have a pretty dress. That could also mean that, okay, I'm ready to go out and party and enjoy that lunch. So, I'm going to conquer that, right? So, yes,
True.
clothing does impact us in a very, very big way. Um, let's do one or two more examples here so that everybody understands what we're talking about.
Sure, sure, Nandini. Why
So
not?
you go to office in regular clothes. This time let's take an example of a lady, okay, dressed in trousers, shirt and flat shoes. All of a sudden, she comes to know that there is an urgent meeting and the top boss is coming. Well, here comes the trick, ladies. Dress up a level higher by just putting on that third layer. Okay. If she puts on a formal jacket, and even better, if she can upgrade herself by wearing those small little heels, like the kidney heels, poof, comes in the confidence. The confidence actually will automatically follow. She will feel more capable, receptive, and influential. Now let's play a reverse scenario. The lady's already dressed up in that scale, and all of a sudden she's been told to go to an NGO. How would we think of dressing her down a little bit, where she should be comfortable? Gurpreet, you want to answer that one? Go on.
Yes, certainly. I think so. To dress her down a little bit, on the aspect, because she has to go and attend an NGO. And for that, I think so, we can remove the third layer. Yes. So she'll be more approachable. I think so. And at the same time, we can also think about changing our footwear. I think so, because those are heels and she might have to walk at length for NGO organization, or maybe, have to go and reach out to many people and work around. So I think so, we can also think of changing the footwear. Am I right, Nandini?
Absolutely bang on. I can give you a high
Thank
five for that one.
you. Thank you.
Absolutely. So, like I said, it's as per our role, goal, or occasion that we need to play it smart with dressing. Okay, so if we had her in the level which we spoke of, probably she herself would not be comfortable. Probably the people at the NGO will not be comfortable enough to come out and reach out to her. So, like you said, approachable. Approachable
Correct.
is a very, very big word over there. She needs to feel approachable. She needs to be functional and cooperative. Right?
Correct.
So again, dressing up is always a good idea, but somewhere to have this knowledge of where I'm going, like I'm saying, as per role, goal, or occasion, is really, really important. I'd like to share my own example, if I may, over here. Okay, so there is a thought
Yeah, sure.
process
Why
of what
not?
I'm
We
wearing
would love
today.
to.
So I'm wearing a solid color. However, I have on a collarless top. Okay, I've made
Correct.
it a little bling because I wanted to come across as a fancy image consultant, but at the same time not very formal. So I'm not wearing a pearl string. I'm wearing a gold chain. Right? I'm
Correct.
wearing tops, but
Start.
I'm not overdone it with my accessories either. So the thought process behind this was that I wanted to look approachable, yet I wanted to,
Approachable.
yeah, yet I wanted to put across an impression that, okay, yeah, why not? Why can't we look a little fancy even if we are image consultants or we're hosting a show? Right? And
Correct.
I'm sure we are approachable with the kind of messages coming in. Okay, and I have some
Good one.
accessories to show you all. So let's have some
Sure, why
fun
not?
here.
We would love to. I'm sure everybody would love to
So
see around what you
if
have.
I was supposed to be a little more professional, I would say,
Mhm.
then probably I would have even gone for nude colors. So I'm wearing already one darker color. I would probably
Yeah.
set in for a nuder color than to go with a bling right here.
Correct.
Or I would even play it smart enough with monochromatic, right?
Wow.
So this would look more professional. Of course, the accessories are a little loud here because it depends on the kind of point of emphasis where I want to bring out the emphasis. If I know
Correct.
I'm going
True.
for something really, really formal, I probably would not wear something on my neck. I would put on my third layer for sure. And I would just wear probably simple top,
True. Very
So
true, Nandini.
it makes me feel powerful. Like I said, it makes me feel capable, and I know I can take on. Right. At the same time, now if I want to give this look a little bit of an Indo-Western, I can play around with a little bit of a brass neck
Wow.
piece and probably change my trousers to maybe a cigarette pant to a dhoti pant. Right. I want to go all of a sudden to a luncheon. I can have earrings just like this. So it's up to us how we think, like I said, as per role, goal, occasion. And if I want to bling it out for the night, I can definitely wear these chandeliers.
Oh my God. I just love each and every, accessories that you have just showcased right now and helped us understand. Beautiful, Nandini. Beautiful. That's really extremely insightful,
Thank
informative
you.
at the
So
same.
I'm enjoying myself because accessories is something which I think we all underplay. We don't understand the power we can use as accessories, which can speak out volumes itself. you know. Um, so you can move in from a subtle look to a little more blingy look or a more professional look or more a jazzy look, So the different kinds of looks as per, like I said, role, goal, occasion, you can create even with accessories, right?
True.
Um, Hence, in image management, we do have something called the style scale, where of course we are well defined, and we well define different levels of dressing, again moving from, like I've been saying, casual to extremely formal clothing,
Correct.
like a match suit. Different cues, like structured lines. By structured lines I mean straighten lines, firmer fabric, a collar or a no collar, pattern or solid,
True.
all these elements, even like a darker color, lighter color, all these elements play a vital role in the kind of dressing we have, right? So
True.
as a tip to all those who want to upscale all of a sudden, we've already shared it here, that you can always carry that jacket along. Okay, it obviously needs to be somewhere matching with the clothes you're wearing. Just keep it with you, and you just might not know when it can come in handy. So I hope you
Wow,
all
Nandini.
understood some part of this. And
Amazing, Nandini. It's a beautiful insight.
I think, do we have a question here, Gurpreet? Do you want to check on the chat in case anyone doesn't
No, we
have?
have some lovely compliments for you. Wow, they
Yeah.
just loved it, and you actually
Yeah.
aced that impression. Thank you so much, Devangana. Yes, anybody if have some questions can ask from my guest. So we'll definitely would love to answer those. But at the same time, Nandini really helped us to understand, dressing up is so very important to build in that confidence, the trust, the authority, and at the same time accessorizing plays a vital and a crucial role in understanding as per our roles and goals, and definitely it helps us to dress up at the same time. But we have spoken a lot about clothes, and it's really interesting. So this is one of
Thank
my
you.
favorite subjects. Thank you so much. And also about the
Mine too.
accessories. That was the bonus. Lovely ladies and gentlemen, there's actually a bonus for us today. But something else, I was just contemplating. Is that only clothes and accessories that helps us build us the confidence, or are there any other elements,
Hmm.
which helps us to make that lasting impression?
Brilliant question again. So we have a question here. Do you want me to take the question from the person here,
Yes,
or should
yes,
we
yes.
finish with mine? Okay, so the question by Suruchi is, can dressing up well always be a downside?
Handles the
Not at all,
downsides.
Suruchi. Um, Nobody. So see, like we've been saying, it depends on the kind of role, goal, or occasion. So if you're talking about professionalism, yes, you need to kind of keep it minimalistic. Depends on the role. Like I said, okay, like I gave my own example. I'm an image consultant. Today, of course, I took a leeway of dressing up a little blingy because I wanted to bring in that charm, and I wanted us to have that conversation. I wanted all your eyes on me. Let me be honest. Okay.
Correct, true.
But at the same time, if I'm going in as an image consultant and I supposing don't know too much about the client, it's my first time meeting, I would probably not wear something so blingy. I would probably wear something a little bit more neutral and not play it out aloud. But at the same time, I am wearing an accessory which will help me um, look a part of me, look a part of my team as an image consultant. So, Suruchi, I hope
Correct.
I've been able to answer that for you. Otherwise, just write in another question if you wish to.
Yeah,
Right?
Nandini, we have a second question. Are there any alternatives for third layer other than jacket?
Absolutely. There are alternatives other than a jacket. So, see, it depends again on the kind of formality we want to put across. Okay. Like I said, if I need to go meet a leadership team or I am in a leadership team, then of course, the more straighter, the more angular, the more firmer fabrics
Formal.
uh, definitely come into play. Right. But at the same time, if I'm not at such a high leadership role and I don't need to, even if I am, and I don't need to portray it every day, and I'm not very comfortable with that kind of a third layer every day, we can play with slightly lighter fabrics. We can play around with maybe slightly curved lines coming in. And even if you want to go a little lower, you can go with sleeveless jackets with a collar, lighter fabrics, a little more flowy. So it depends on the role and goal,
Golden
yet
goals.
again, what you're aiming for. So I hope that helps. So yeah, you can build up with lighter fabrics. You can build up with a little bit more curved lines. But again, see, if you're trying to uh, match it to a jacket, you need to have certain elements in line as well. So I would say take a solid color instead of a printed one. If you're going for a sleeveless, a little flowy fabric, okay. I would say try and have a collar. So at least those 2, 3 elements are in line with the formality. Otherwise, it will be considered as an absolute casual.
All right, Nandini, with this, thank you so much. You really answered and hope this really helped them. Yeah, so we have a third question from Suruchi herself. Like she said that she loves to dress up, but that
Mm-hmm.
at sometimes people around her finds, inappropriate.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
and she's asking even rather, sorry, Nandini, there is a
no, no
next, I
worries.
think so similar, aligned to this, the thing that she's
Question. Yeah.
asked, that
Mm-hmm.
any solution do you have for this? Number eight, she loves to dress up. She
Okay.
dress up really well, but then sometimes she have a feeling that people find it little inappropriate for the state occasion, maybe. Am I right, Suruchi? Inappropriate, not
Unapproachable, not
inappropriate. Okay.
inappropriate. All right.
I'm sorry,
Um,
Suruchi.
Absolutely, Suji. So, yes, in that case, there might be elements. See, till I don't see you, I will not be able to give you too much of an insight, to be very honest, but I'm giving you a generic
True.
overview. Like I said, like right now, of course, I feel I've. Okay, let me tell you. Okay, let me show you. Now, supposing I was wearing these earrings with this chain, how would I be looking? Gurpreet, would I be looking
Uh,
comfortable in your eyes? Would you say that these two are going and will I look beautiful?
Nandini, I
Unapproachable.
think so. Yeah, unapproachable. I got it now. She's written unapproachable. It just
Absolutely,
went up.
Suruchi. So there
Yeah,
might be elements, which are clashing. That's why we say there are points of emphasis where you need to put one point of emphasis. Jazzy, thanks, Devangna, but I think that's like an overdose. Yes, but if I remove this chain, I change my earrings and I only wear something as big as this, just because I said I want to go out in the evening, it'll work wonders. But if I wear 2, 3 elements like this, which are distracting, and now imagine if I had a flower or an embroidery here, and I'm wearing this chain, and I'm wearing such big chandelier earrings, you won't even know
correct.
where to look. You will have so many points of emphasis, we call them. You won't know where to look. You'll think, oh, should I look at her embroidery? Should I look at her chain? Or should I look at her earrings? But where is Nandini? So, Surichi, just giving you a generic view here. Otherwise, of course, you can reach out to us if you need us to help you further on, buddy, because I need to see you to give you a little bit more insight for the same.
Very true. Exactly. Yes,
Yes.
Nandini, I think so. Right now, we don't have any questions. So, this is where I come back again with the same question. So, what are the other
Sure.
elements actually, yeah, that help us to make that lasting impression apart from clothes and accessories?
Lasting impression.
Yeah. Not the
Lovely
first,
question.
lasting.
And actually, brilliant question, actually, Gurpreet. And actually, in continuation with our conversation about confidence, I would put lasting impression also as a part of it. Elements is actually the right word, like you used it in your question. Elements is actually the right word, as yes, like we discussed, many factors that go into building confidence and vis-a-vis creating that lasting impression. Impression again would mean that you've left an image on that person's mind, isn't it? Right?
Hmm.
So, well, we spoke largely about clothes, how dressing up helps build that confidence. The other factors, in fact, get into action, uh, but we must work on them consciously and in the right way. By other factors, let me share some examples. I would say non-verbal body language, for example, including eye contact. How comfortable would you feel if I just kept looking this way and I spoke to you today?
Not at
I think
all.
half our audience would have run away by now, okay? Or even a handshake. ठीक है, we're not doing handshakes these days, even doing a namaste. And
Yes.
please never underestimate that smile. Your
Smile.
smile also speaks volumes. Even in fact, you don't know that the number of seconds you hold in eye contact with a person talks volumes about you. If I keep looking at you, it'll be like staring. If I keep looking down, it'll mean that I'm underconfident. But I break my eye contact looking here, there after every few seconds means I am good to go. So non-verbal body language is a very big factor. And like I said, you need to be very, very aware of all these things um, from the moment you enter that door. You're standing, you're sitting, you're doing that handshake, the kind of eye contact. Supposing I enter the door and I'm just coming in with a frown. You don't know me, I don't know you, but how would you feel? Oh my God, why is this woman so grumpy? So that's the lasting impression.
True.
First impression, in a way, is a lasting impression. Adding
Awesome.
on to some more elements, I would say even paralinguistics, like, our tone of speech, the volume, the rate of speech, etc., also shows how confident we are and how much in control are we. Now, supposing I spoke to you so fast that nobody would have understood a word here. Maybe I just wanted to just say out whatever I wanted to just because I was
Exactly.
conscious or I was underconfident, or if I spoke to you
Great.
so loudly that, I want to overpower Gurpreet here in this show. Okay. So I'm just giving you all hints. It's a lot of fun when you do all this. But yes, like I said, to build up that confidence, clothes, of course, is a big factor. Clothes make us build up such kind of confidence within us. And we need to be aware of these other kind of factors coming in. So, ladies and gentlemen, be aware the moment you enter the door, you are being noticed, whether you go to a party, work, or for pleasure. So, please, please, it's a request, dress as per role, goal, and occasion, and keep these elements in mind for sure.
Wow, Nandini. Lovely. Thank you so much for such an insightful information. It definitely
Most
boils down
welcome.
to it's not really about just clothes and accessories, but it's all about your communication and your body language that speaks in volume about,
Oh, yes,
uh,
it does.
to help you make the lasting impression, as you said. So very important. Thank you.
Thank
This
you.
was really
And I was,
lovely.
really happy when you put in that word as lasting impression because everybody's, I think, fed up of hearing the word first impression.
First
But it is
impression.
so factual, Gurpreet, that, whether we like it or we don't like it, first impression is the last impression. So all
Impression.
these factors, which so many of us just overlook or, like just take it in stride or are scared of, are actually very factual to kind of making these impressions for sure.
True, Nandini. True. Thank you so much.
Most
Nandini, I think so. We've been really talking about something really I felt, and I just want to help the audience out here. Last, rather, I would not say last, but the least. I want some tips from you for our mid-age audiences over here on dressing up. On dressing up in their professional life. Let's burst some inhibitions, Nandini.
Firstly, what do you mean by mid-aged? I better zip it. Okay, we have a thank you, Tina, so much for joining in. Even if it isn't, it is a lasting impression. Absolutely. So, wow, like I said, now middle age is a vast age bracket. However, I hope you're not hinting at us, huh? Some of us. Okay. So, however, as a rule, firstly think of your role and goal. Always, and since you asked me going professionally, so I'm going to try and give you some tips for that. Mm, First and foremost, see, middle age doesn't mean that, oh my God, now I can't dress up, or oh no, I just can't wear those Indian clothes, I mean, those Western clothes anymore. Isn't that the typical reaction? Sorry to say, but most of us
Indeed.
Indian women get into our psyche. So definitely not. Of course, things have changed. It's become more westernized, which is absolutely true. But still, most of the people think that, oh my God, I've crossed 40 and now I don't think I can wear those Western clothes or I can't dress up. So firstly, just close that thought process. I would say, with time, of course, changes happen. Our body shape changes. There might be times when, we have different kinds of variations in our body. So, as a big tip for even men or women here, uh, do try and have a ease fit in your clothing anyhow, right? Because the tighter hugging clothes, definitely they don't look good. Imagine I'm wearing a button shirt and the buttons are like kind of bursting from here. It'll not give a good impression and you will not be comfortable,
Correct.
right? So definitely you should always have good ease in your clothes. I'm not saying wear very baggy, have decent ease so that it helps you camouflage your variations. Now,
Very true.
like I said, we have so many different elements, from straighter lines to curved lines to wide to narrow fits. We have, longer skirts, shorter skirts, depending on your role goal, firstly, like I've been saying, because you spoke about professionalism, and depending on your body shape, kind of variations, you need to learn to cover those up. And trust me, you look more elegant. So why not gracefully age, is my question, right? Second, I would say accentuate. Why not? I've also accentuated myself, but I've done it in a way which I had a thought process for coming on screen with you today. Okay. So accentuate, but minimalistically. Again, I'm
Minimalist.
talking on professional lines. So for a lady, put on the lipstick or a neck piece, bringing emphasis towards the face. And so would I say for the gentleman, have that nice pocket square. Of course, it needs to be in working in line with what color you're wearing, or even you could have a tie. So this brings in emphasis towards your face, moreover going towards your body. So like I said, if I was so many elements, like Suruchi asked, if I wore these big earrings and I wore the jazzy neck piece I'm wearing, and I had so many more elements on my shirt, you wouldn't know where to look. You won't know where is Nandini, who's this person who's coming, right? So as a tip, be authentic to yourself. Please be you. Wear comfortable clothes, but with some right elements in place for sure.
Wow, Nandini. That's really going to help us. Such a lovely, insightful information. And I'm really
Thank
happy
you.
that you helped us burst that thought process all together. You know, the people generally think with age as, and that's so very important, and you really brought it to the notice that we really need to, think definitely wisely as per our roles and goals, and doesn't matter what age we are at. So very true,
Absolutely.
Nandini.
It, like I said, learn to age gracefully. Um, with age, so many people even reach out from being, maybe, I'll give my own example. Like I was a mentor, I moved on to being a principal. So obviously there was a thought process even in my dressing. But again, I
Yeah,
worked with a play school at that time and I worked with little children. So
right.
I hardly ever put on that third layer. So Ruchi, I hope you being able to understand what I'm saying and it gives you an insight, or whoever asked me about a little bit about styling here. So I hardly put on that third layer, Gurpreet. Why? Because I had to be approachable to those children,
True.
but at
Correct.
the same time I had maybe a mandarin collar on my shirt, or I had some element which was more structured, which gave me that little bit of an authoritative look,
Authority.
where my leadership spoke to the parents. So you understand the difference. Like I could have patterned clothes, but at the same time I probably would have a collar, and my elements of makeup and accessories were so strong that it did make me feel authoritative, but at the same time approachable. So you need to, with time, learn to balance as per role, goal, and occasion for sure.
Wow, thank you so much, Nandini. So
Thank you.
definitely this boils down to dress for success means simply that you need to dress as per the right occasion, dressing as per your roles and goals, right? So that is so very important because that is going to help to build in the confidence, the trust, will make you feel happy, of course. At the same time, it definitely helps you to be you. That is more important, to be yourself, 100% yourself, Nandini.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Be you, be authentic. Be like any other management course. I can go on and on about image. I think I better zip it.
I know, I
So, like
understand.
any other management course, we have 4 A's here. We have the 5 W's: where, how, where, I mean, what. So many things which goes into a thought process of dressing up. Like I said, many take it in the stride, many are scared of it, and there could be various reasons from our inside out image which impact it, right?
True,
So I
Nandini. True,
truly,
Nandini.
truly hope it's been a little bit of an insightful session for you and everybody who's joined us here.
Indeed, Nandini, we have some lovely compliments for you. We have extremely rather, insightful, informative, and I think so.
Thank you.
Everybody agrees on this. So I have Antara writing. Many of them actually have, really spoken really, some lovely things about the interaction that we had right now. But then I could just see sorry about Antara. And Antara, thank you so much. As she says here, that kindly save this live. Would really love to hear and learn from here again. Why not, Antara? You are definitely, you can approach us, you can DM us, in case if you really want to reach out. So thank you so much. Thank you, Nandini, for being there. And
Most
yes,
welcome.
everyone for being, yeah, lovely audience. Yes, Rani, thank you so much for joining us live. So yes, so I
Thank you,
can sign off.
Gurpreet, and wish you good, good, good luck. I think you're doing a brilliant job by rediscovering people and helping them out with from starting from your pranic healing to image consulting, and of course, you're a fashion stylist. So brilliant! Hats off to you, ma'am,
Indeed.
as well. And look forward to being a part of you yet again very, very soon. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of us.
It's an honor, and definitely I sign off by saying just one thing, Atma Namaste to each and everyone. Thank you so much.
Keep that going. Thank you.
Thank you.